biology, computer science, statistics. Each one of these disciplines are distinct. However, when different elements from each are brought together, the end product is bioinformatics. What in the world is bioinformatics? I asked myself that question years ago as a sophomore in college when I was first introduced to the word. Perhaps like you, I was still finding my way and figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. Bioinformatics was not my first choice. My journey actually began during the spring semester of my freshman year when I took the plunge and searched for my first research experience. I was determined to get some much-needed experience on my resume and better understand my interest in science. I spent hours searching online, going through dozens of summer research programs nationwide. It didn't matter if the program was focused on molecular cell biology, medicine, or even marine biology. I was hungry for any opportunity to learn. I would find a program, submit an application, and later receive a rejection letter. This process would go on for the next few weeks. Several reasons for my rejections included the fact that I was only a freshman, that I needed to take certain courses, and generally needed more experience to be better qualified. In many cases, I never even received a response. However, despite the countless rejections, I was finally fortunate to receive one acceptance from a smaller scale research program where I was assigned to a radiology lab. There, I focused on testing the effectiveness of plant products as treatments for radiation-related injuries. That one program offer was instrumental as my first step towards fueling my journey to pursue a career in scientific research. Fast forward to my sophomore year. While I learned a great deal from my summer lab experience, I was still lost and unsure where I was going. I knew I wanted to pursue a career in medicine or health sciences, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a physician or a research scientist, or what type of scientist at all. Fortunately, I attended a conference that year where I met a professor at my school, who later became my research and academic advisor for the remainder of my undergraduate experience. At the conference, I told her about my research experience over the summer and my overall interests. As she spoke to me about her research, she mentioned the word bioinformatics. I couldn't help but interrupt her and repeat the word back to her in a questioning tone. She began to explain to me that bioinformatics is a field that focuses on integrating data and expertise across several disciplines, including biology, biomedical sciences, computer science, and statistics to help make informed decisions. In particular, her research focused on health equity and disparities, and she offered me an opportunity to rotate and work in her lab to get some experience to see if I even liked it. Well, now in my fourth year in my Bioinformatics Ph.D. program, I guess you can say I like it a lot. When we talk about health equity, we are referring to a concept of establishing a high standard of health that is fair to all groups of people. A major obstacle that fuels health inequities is a general lack of health literacy. Being health literate means that you can both understand, use, and communicate health-related resources and information for yourself and others. We work to improve health equity and literacy by addressing factors that negatively impact the overall quality of health and well-being of people. These may include poor healthcare access, health literacy, exposure to harmful environmental factors like pollution, and even socioeconomic factors such as poverty. Those factors cover a lot of ground and cross different disciplines. In the past, it was common for people who study certain disciplines to communicate mostly with people in their own discipline and think of these problems from that perspective alone. But complex, or rather wicked, problems like health equity are causing people to realize that innovative change will be needed to address them. That requires joining with other disciplines to actively share elements from each area of study discipline. To make progress on the wicked problem of health equity, we are taking an interdisciplinary approach by combining data analytical techniques with expertise in environmental and public health. For my dissertation research, I am building a framework for measuring environmental and human health outcomes for disproportionately affected communities. In other words, I focus on identifying specific factors, whether it be unique chemical contaminants, access to resources, or social pressures that negatively impact different groups of people and their overall health. Bioinformatics comes into play because plenty of the tools, the knowledge, and skill sets we use in this approach overlap with other subject areas. This is where the beauty of interdisciplinary knowledge and expertise becomes a huge benefit. There are statistical programming languages that we use in bioinformatics, like R and SAS, as well as techniques for machine learning to find patterns and trends to better analyze biomedical information. These programming languages and techniques can help us in analyzing population data in order to determine what environmental factors impact people the most. Let's say we want to understand how air quality relates to respiratory disease rates, like asthma, in the city of Raleigh. We can build a statistical model that can help us determine which air quality factors are most influential in determining asthma rates in the city. A biologist and bioinformatician may know the underlying biomedical reasons for why air quality can cause an asthmatic response in people. However, the biologist may not have an expertise to build this statistical model to determine what air quality factors are most important. A statistician, computer scientist, and bioinformatician may know how to code this model and identify what factors are most important. However, knowing what factors are statistically important is not enough. Without knowing the underlying relationships between specific air quality factors that can affect asthma, we may fail to truly understand the why in regards to how certain factors can directly worsen asthma rates in people. A bioinformatician with a background in biomedical sciences will know that poor air quality and air pollutants can aggravate the respiratory tract and cause inflammation in the air pathways, potentially leading to asthmatic responses. Thus, having interdisciplinary knowledge is vital when it comes to bioinformatic research, and is integral to understanding our purpose and the project goals we work on. One of the major obstacles that we deal with in fully understanding and addressing systemic problems is dealing with data. The quality of data can mean the difference between a project that accurately identifies resource gaps in communities and a project based on data that is insufficient in quality or amount. High quality data could enable us to fully address and justify actionable changes to eliminate health disparities, whereas poor quality or insufficient data might essentially misrepresent the findings and could cause more harm than good in regards to health equity. Where we go with data and how valuable data can be also takes a bit of inventiveness and some ingenuity. In other words, sometimes you have to use your imagination. When you're dealing with data that includes socio-demographic, environmental, genomic, physical, and even mental health data, embracing some creativity can help with designing plans of action for practical analysis. The biggest takeaway from this is to know that when it comes to solving complex, wicked problems at the intersection of environment and human health, collaborative efforts and diverse perspectives are essential. Understanding biological and environmental effects, and even social dynamics can help fine-tune your analysis of important factors affecting the disparities in a community. Furthermore, data alone is not enough to make predictions. Quality data is vital. Good quality data that is abundant, timely, relevant, and representative of the communities you serve and their desires and needs is essential if you want to make meaningful change. Also, don't get too discouraged by rejection letters. Every rejection letter early on only prepares you for the one acceptance that is the best fit for you. And lastly, don't take any class you sign up for, workshop you participate in, or any experience that you have for granted. Leveraging your diverse experiences, background, or even secondhand knowledge on different subjects can prove to be a valuable asset when devising a plan of action. You never know, that one lab experience, conference you attended, seminar you listened to, or person you meet can genuinely lead you to a path to pursuing your passion.